thing.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
All right, we are live, fellas.
We're
Welcome
live.
to Chords and Chaos Podcast.
Oh yeah, thank you.
What's going on? Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem, guys. I mean, I've been listening to y'all for a little while, and I caught that song. What's the newest one y'all just dropped?
The Law,
The
probably.
one from like last week.
Yeah, the law. That
Oh,
one,
yeah.
and then the anthem. Both of those videos are amazing.
Hell yeah, thank you, man.
The law video
y'all-
was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that one looked like it was a good time for sure.
Yeah, that was just filming the local rec league game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hell yeah. And y'all are out of Denver, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have y'all played Red Rocks before or anything like that?
We were just talking about this. No, not with any of our bands, no.
Mason has though. He does some like session drumming, and he's played some pretty big shows before. I keep telling him, "Go do that, man. Go make a living." But he want to.
No, I'm into heavy stuff. I play with some EDM artists, but other than that, no, we stay local for now.
Have y'all ever heard of the? She's local to Denver. Her name's Owlet. Her real name is Sam.
What is
how
it?
do you-
Owlet?
Like a female owl or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I never heard. No,
I
I
don't know
haven't.
that either.
Oh, she's awesome, dude. She's one of the homies. She's awesome. And then I got what is his name? His real name's Zach. And why can I not? It's drawing a blank on what his DJ name is. He changes his DJ name like every fucking month. I'm like, dude,
Classic
stop
DJ.
changing your name. Like, you're making it harder for the people that are actually following you. But let's go ahead and get into this. Can you introduce yourself and tell us about your band's history?
Yeah, sure. You want to go first, Mace?
Yeah, I'm Mason. I'm the drummer for ThrillRot.
Yeah,
That's all I got. I was gonna let you introduce the band itself.
Yeah, I'm Noah, and I am like on guitar and yelling in ThrillRot. I guess technically I'm on bass too, but that's not true. It's true in the studio and live. You know, we compensate, but yeah, man. History of the band, it's young, it's pretty new still. You know, we're in like year 2 here, and it all started when we had to drop a show for another band that we're in, and it was last minute, and we felt bad about it. And it was a small gig though. You know, it wasn't like we were like, we'll show up, and if you guys just need somebody to open, you put us first, and we'll just play some breakdowns, because Mason and I would stay after practice and do that anyways, and just call it all sorts of stupid names. It was never really a thing. The ThrillRot name was always just kind of in my notes. I was like, that's just hard. It's just tough. So they were like, sure, come out and play. So we met up a couple times that week, and we put some like rough skeletons together, but like more or less we were up there just dicking around, like giving each other like nods and just keeping it really simple, like doing 8th note breakdowns. Just
we've always had a good chemistry when it comes to improvising caveman shit, little slams and whatnot.
Yeah, but it went really well.
That's what it's about, having fun, you know.
Yes,
100%.
Not being so serious all the time.
Yeah,
exactly.
We've been in all kinds of metal bands, listen to all sorts of stuff, and I like all subgenres. They all got their own thing, but there's something to be said for just simple, heavy shit. So anyway, people really liked it, and pawned some stuff and got in the studio like the next month. We didn't have it all written yet, but we felt quick. We felt momentum. We were like, we got to just do this. And that's when we did the EP from the little demo from last year. So yeah, it all happened quick from there. Signed this label deal and got a chance to do this full length, which comes out in October, which I don't think we officially announced yet, but it comes out October 17th. It's 12 tracks. It was cool. It was a cool opportunity to spend last year doing that. So yeah, the short version is just we started doing some beatdown shit, and people were like, not bad.
We got some comments.
Y'all kind of remind me, there's a group out of Florida called Southpaw.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all kind of remind me of them in a way, because they're like heavy and shit, and y'all got that same kind of vibe.
It's definitely
What's the name?
Wave. Southpaw. The lefty.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I think I have them downloaded.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely kind of a wave right now, because hardcore is definitely having its renaissance in a broad sense. So now it's like, I definitely see a lot of younger bands too bringing back the term metalcore, in a sense that it's not necessarily that it has cleans or hooks or anything, which is kind of what it became at some point.
Right.
Early metalcore doesn't sound like that. And then that hardcore term got broadened to mean more than just classic hardcore. So I see a lot of younger bands calling themselves metalcore because they just sound like As I Lay Dying and stuff.
Yeah.
And then hardcore going back to its roots. And then some
Tim
bands
Levise's.
in the middle. Yeah. That was the first one that came to my head. I was going for 2000s, but
no, I get you though. Like they used to be a good band, and then he turned into a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It seems to be a common theme
I saw
nowadays,
them
man.
last year, and like one of my old roommates, he brought me to the show, and then like as the show's going on, he's like, he's a piece of shit. I was like, then why'd you buy the tickets to support this band, bro?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't even really remember the details that much, but I know he like hire a hit.
Yeah, he hired a hitman to kill his wife.
Yeah, something like that.
And then there was another video that surfaced this past year where he was beating the hell out of his dog.
What? I didn't know about
and
that
like
one.
slamming his dog by its ears. He had him and he's taking it. And I was like, dude, if I ever see you in person, I don't care how big you are, I'm kicking you straight in the nuts.
Damn. How about At the Gates then? Or how about 7 Angels, 7 Plagues or something? I don't know.
How do I mute this? I got
the stuff.
Some old school Under Oath.
Yeah. What was Unearth? Just like older metalcore and hardcore was closer to each other. And now I feel like there's bands where like Mason, we're talking about Inclination. Oh, did he leave? He's not even there.
Yeah, he disappeared. He went like that real quick. He said he muted, and there he is.
I found him. There's bands I feel like are kind of in the middle of the Venn diagram now, and it's cool and it's fun.
Sorry, fire alarm was going.
Is that what happened?
Sorry, what inclination were you talking about?
I was saying is Inclination metalcore or hardcore, and my first inclination is to be like, oh, it's hardcore. That's Isaac Hale. They go to.
You want to, but they break down.
See, for me, back in the day, my favorite band, because they were local, was Norma Jean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Are you from Atlanta?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Norma
Yes,
Jean.
sir. Born and raised.
Hell yeah.
It's about 30 minutes north of Atlanta, but if I tell any of y'all where I'm from, you'll be like, where the fuck is that city?
I say I'm from Chicago, but I'm from Joliet, which is like 30 minutes south of Chicago.
I've heard
it's just easy. Yeah, it's just like, I'm from Chicago.
Nah, I grew up in the city, Pittsburgh. Shit.
Yeah, he's a real city boy.
What brought y'all to Denver?
Music stuff. Well, I guess Mason's already here when I got here. He moved.
I moved here when I was like 1, so.
So you've been there a hot minute.
Yeah. I just moved here with a couple people. We were trying to go west. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then linked up with Mason, and we've been playing together ever since. That was like 2018. So
7 years. So.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's mind blowing. That's 7 years ago.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't seem that long.
It seems like 2 at least.
Yeah, really. It does.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay, so how did you all meet and decide to form this band?
Oh yeah, I guess I kind of already started talking about that. I guess
the
forming of ThrillRot, at least. But
do you remember the first time we meet, Mason? I'm assuming I flew in for it because I was really moved.
His band, him and a couple other dudes from Pittsburgh started a band called Colony Collapse. That's our other band, and so. Some of the band moved out here except for Noah. Noah was hanging back for a little while for some reason. And so I auditioned with them. Yeah, you can tell that story. I auditioned with the other guitarists and them out here. And I've been practicing with them for like the first show we already had lined up and I still had never met Noah. I think the first time I met you was you flew out for a photo shoot. We were doing like a Spotify Canvas photo shoot.
Like a practice, and we'll take pictures because we're in a band now. Kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was pretty. We had this record that we did in Pittsburgh, and we knew it was good. And then those guys kind of threw their head, we got to go somewhere else. They pretty much picked up and left. I had a couple loose ends to tie up for sure. And one of the things was like, hey, if you guys can find a drummer, because that was always tough for us. And like I played drums a little too, so I was like picky. They'd be having mid dudes just kidding. But like when Mason, definitely we met over FaceTime once, I know for sure. And they sent me videos of him playing because I was kind of not having it. I was like, I'm not moving 2,000 miles away if dudes are gonna be bunk and then, like,
Right.
Mason played the song, and I was like, I mean, he's pretty good.
I got the
Next thing you know,
cosign.
yeah. So
Got the East Coast cosign.
yeah, I was there by the summer. That first show was February, a couple months, couple, like I said, people to leave, things to wrap up, but we've been here ever since. So
I think we even played a show without you because you still weren't out there. We did an instrumental set or something like that.
Yeah, that wasn't even because I
Crazy.
couldn't make it. I had like a funeral to go to or something. I was like, play an
Yeah.
instrumental. I think that's still the only instrumental set. I was
Has
like,
to
play
be.
that shit. We're brand new. If you guys got a show, I don't even know where you got that.
I remember people loved that shit too. I remember that.
Yeah. But yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I bet y'all shows get pretty wild. I mean, I watched one live video. I forgot what year it was. I want to say it was last year's. It was on YouTube. But it
for
looked like
ThrillRot?
it was a good time. Yeah.
They get some pretty rowdy, yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice to be like off tracks and stuff. We just get up and play, just two of us.
It's raw. I love that shit.
It's a good time.
Yeah, that's the
You gotta get to
energy
Atlanta.
that you want to bring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like
pretty
South Paul. They came to Atlanta, and a company that I'm working with called GMO Productions. We get a lot of bands like that, and we bring them to Middle Georgia. And then we were doing 2 shows a month, and then it kind of slimmed down to like once a month type shit because we couldn't book so many bands. It was just an overflow for our manager, so he slimmed it down to 1 show a month.
Yeah,
but we usually do them out in Central Georgia, called Warner Robins, Macon area of Georgia, and then we got some that we do up here in Atlanta area. So
just stuff you book. I think I saw that in your bio, maybe.
Yeah.
That seems cool, man. We would love to get out there sometime.
I love Atlanta. Yeah, I would kill to come and play.
When we get done with this video, I'll send you Trent's information, and you can hit him up and maybe get booked down here.
Oh,
that's the other thing. With the
that's their total style right there, is you guys.
Hell yeah.
But when
we're goofy one-offs, we don't. It's just 2 of us. We could fit in any car. We don't need.
Or mobile.
We could fly and borrow a drum kit. So we're always like, shit. If you got a one-off for us, we'll show
do
up. It doesn't make any sense logistically, but there's only 2 of us. So
and they just built a new venue, and the new venue is all ages, so it's pretty cool because we can get the kids in there, and teach them new things about the music scene and whatnot.
That's everything, man. Yeah, we don't got energy anymore. I got a couple elbows in me, but like we just played this fest here at this cool D3 Arts, this DIY spot around here, and it was like 10 or 11 bands. Starts at like 1 or 2. We were last, and the whole time we were just like, man, everybody's gonna leave. There's no way. Kids are dancing for 8 hours, man.
Right, and that's what I love about the kids. They're all into that. They just want to have a good time.
That's it. I mean, that's the
and
point.
I think they bring more energy than the grown folks do.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's almost like you give them a couple Skittles and they're good for the next 5 hours.
Yeah, man, it's cool.
Yeah.
So let's see here. What inspired your music, and what themes do you explore in your songs?
Yeah. Well, like I said, the early stuff really did just come out. I always feel I'm like careful with that whole, man, we were just improvising story, because I hate for it to come off like, I don't even give a fuck about this. Can I swear? I'm assuming I can. Or don't. I don't know, maybe.
Somebody's trying to call me on here on damn Facebook, so it's ringing into my computer.
Oh no, you're good. Shit. I was saying, can I swear? Am I supposed to keep it clean?
Nah, you're good.
Okay. I don't want to make it seem like
I try to keep it clean, but it is what it is.
I can, but yeah, I try not to make it seem like, oh, we just put it out. It was so easy, because it wasn't. We worked on it, but musically, it did just come from like, I feel like frustration from doing stuff that was more complicated, or at the time, like, didn't feel like it would take off no matter what we did. And then it was so funny with this band, just doing something simple and back to the roots, and people responded to it real quick. So a lot of the demo stuff, the lyrics are pretty on the nose, like that Step In It song with all the like, this is for the kids who are dedicated, like we were just talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of that kind of stuff. On this full length, though, it's 12 tracks, and that's more than we would have done if we stayed. We got this opportunity, like I said, with this label, really artist friendly deal. Like we weren't sure we were going to take it, but then he laid it out for us, and it was like, man, that would be an opportunity.
It's a no-brainer. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it long, makes sense. So definitely on this new record, we were like, I don't want to write 12 songs of the same, kind of thing. So we got into this theme. It's this dark essay is what I call it, because it's not a book. It's just like this 10-page. He's just rambling. It's called The Last Messiah. It's by this Peter Wetzel Zapfa guy. Might be Wetzel because he's German. It's just like about like human suffering and ways that people try to have meaning in life. But at the end of it, the last Messiah is this prophet who says to not have kids, just to be still, let the earth be silent. That's the only way to really, you can't, and they rise up to, like, basically they just kill him, like all prophets.
Right.
And I feel like in the essay, the point of that is that people will never see it. People will just go on this cycle, even though, because it's pretty dark. Like I said, dude was out. But in the record, we tried to tie it into like that there actually are reasons why like life is worth living. One of those for me would be music. So it sort of gave me an outlet to have a couple moments like Anthem where I'm just rapping, I'm just saying goofy shit, but try to tie that into the more poetic songs with the sense of like, well, that, like, it's in the law that this is the sound of a pain-worth line. Like literally the album becomes my own reasoning for why I don't agree that everything in life is pain. I think a lot of it is, and we explore that in the lyrics, but it doesn't mean that, like, I don't agree with any prophet who would just say every single person on earth should go away right now. There's little moments where life is worth experiencing, and that's what it's the moments in between,
Absolutely.
But, yeah, that said, there's definitely a couple songs in there that got a little heady, and we were like, are people gonna like this? Are people gonna think it's a departure? But we'll see. It focuses on that though. And then the album art, without going on too long about it, I don't know if you saw it on the new single. That's the full-length album art, the one with the deer and the guy.
Yeah, that looks badass.
Yeah, that's this guy, Adam Burke is his name, who painted that. Super talented dude, and does a lot of album art too. He did for bigger bands than us.
And he's local to Denver?
No, I'm not sure exactly where. I know he lives kind of isolated with his son, just paints out in the woods somewhere. But he's done he did like Moss the Flames, Fit for an Autopsy art. I'm not trying to act like we found him local or nothing. I love his stuff. And actually, I bought this art years ago before this band was even a thing. I just saw it. I've always liked this piece because in the writing, the Zapfa guy compares humanity to this Irish elk, which is this form of deer that went extinct because their antlers were too heavy. So they lost the ability to eat as they grew, and they would eventually, the whole species went extinct. And his comp is that humans, that's like our burden.
Egos or something.
Yeah, like the fact that we are not like the cows grazing in the meadow.
Right.
Our most unique feature, the antlers, or our ability to think, is both the thing that makes us memorable and unique, and also like our downfall. So it's like 2-3 years ago, I was scrolling his page and he was like, couple new paintings up for license. And one of them was that. It was late at night. And I was like, can I do payments on this? Like, can I do this? So I always had it like in my back pocket. And then when, like I said, when this is a long-winded answer, but when it came the opportunity to write this full length, I was like, dear,
we got the art. Yeah.
Got to do The Last Messiah. Got to do, and that's also in the last single. Just it says that a lot, that theme. So, yeah, that's kind of the lyrical theme of the stuff that isn't just about hardcore.
I think we talked about using that artwork for several other like side projects that hadn't gotten off the grounds. But
I wanted to write something for it, but it never. Yeah. Like I was like, nah, this is just like if let's do a tech death side project for fun. And I was always just like, nah, that doesn't. But
yeah,
I think I was waiting for the right thing,
This one felt right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Who are some of your biggest musical influences, and how do they impact your sound?
Mm.
That is tough.
You're about to say Acacia Strain. I know that.
I love Acacia Strain for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe the most on the sleeve for it, just in the sense of it being like just the brand
For this style.
grooves. Yeah. Even some of the vocal cadences, they've just always been. I feel like I liked them for a long time, and then like 4 or 5 years ago, just decided that I loved them.
Yeah.
You know, in
Yeah.
2010, I was always like, "Oh, they're a good band. Like, I'd go see them." And then, like, slowly over time, they just kept being good for so long.
Yeah.
So, but who comes to mind for you, man? You go Zero maybe for the drum.
For this record, for sure, Gojira was just
stuff,
in the zeitgeist that we were always talking and referencing him. But I think before this project, like I was getting into hardcore. Noah was like sending me playlists of like, you gotta check this out, gotcha. And a few of them stuck. And God's Hate being one. I always reference that record. And then Drain. I've shown you today. I was like, I'm back in the Drain hole. I've been listening to Drain nonstop. And that the drumming.
You like Volcano?
Volcano's awesome. Volcano rules. Um I don't know. Drain, I love that like thrashy hardcore, like I Am and who's the other one that I was just listening to? Like New World Man, you're listening to them. They're cool.
And you're a madman on the drums, dude. Like I zoned in when I was listening to the Law. Like I zoned in just on you for the drums for a minute. Like I like to listen to music and then I'll zone in on one person and see what that person's really about.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel that. Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And I was like, dude, this is a madman.
Oh, and then
but that's the type of shit you love to see. You love to see people actually having fun at what they're doing.
Yeah. This is the band for that for sure.
Yeah, because it's like it's not a proggy band necessarily, but like there's sneaky guitar and definitely drums. I think the drums is the most obvious because like we listened to a lot of that, especially growing up. Like we were big into like when P2 was coming out, and like there was a moment when like proggier stuff was like what was really exciting me. Then at some point it turned around and I was like, well, now you're all just like copying band. Like that whole progressive metalcore term got really watered down when it just meant like we are tapping and it's actually really easy, or it's exactly what you expect it to be. That's not what like Dream Theater, Protest the Hero were thinking when they started writing faster stuff. That was just what was next at the time. Or like
still love Protest. Always love Protest.
Love Protest.
But bands. I'm with you. I don't know if it was like there was this threshold that got crossed. I don't know if it's age, like us growing up, or if it's just the era that we live in. That like, it was like, give me 4/4, man. I don't need a 7/8. I don't need 11/16. I'm like,
but then there's bands that would do 4/4, like Glass Cloud, Perfect War Forever. Fantastic grooves all over it. Techie in parts, not because it's in like a bunch of time signatures and stuff. It
straight 4/4.
Yeah, so it can be.
They just got that sauce. Yeah,
you need that.
That's like me. I love Silverstein.
Silverstein.
Yeah. I love Silverstein. I love Shane Todd, and I love what he does. Like over the years, I feel like they've only gotten better and better as the years go on. With 25 years of experience, you know.
That's a band I got a deep dive on. I know they got hits.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, their 2 new albums are amazing. Pink Moon and what's the newest? What's the other one they just dropped? Anti Bloom.
I get them mixed up with Pillar. Which one's the Christian band? Are they both Christian?
No, I wouldn't really consider.
I'm thinking Skillet.
Yeah, Skillet.
That's what I'm thinking of. They're a Christian band. Okay, I'm getting those two.
So Skillet's a Christian band, and then you got like Fit for a King, which is one of my all-time favorites for Christian metal. I love them a lot.
I loved Slave to Nothing.
I know that one. I like that.
They lost me a little bit after that, just because again, maybe it was just like what I was listening
the time.
to. Yeah, but when Slave to Nothing came out, I was like, "This is good. This is a good record." Yeah,
right.
For sure.
I remember you guys showing me that.
Well, I was always just looking for pieces of things I wanted to make and use, because metalcore or metal in general is definitely like a steal like an artist genre. Like I feel like we gave up on the idea, we being like the whole scene of like, oh, it just sounds like a bunch of breakdowns, sounds like everything else. And I was like, do you like it or not? Like, do you like this? It's like people, you ever read like a movie review and it's on like a mystery movie and they're like, a lot of tropes here, a lot of whodunit. And I'm like, yeah, that's the genre. That's
Yeah, right.
That's what
Or
they were
like
trying to do.
the rom-com. They're like, well, it's a little cheesy, you know. They fall in love in the end. I'm like, man, that's what it is. That's what we.
Yeah,
That's what this
people
movie.
like that
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
It's the same thing with metal. I feel like we don't need to call as many things generic. There's things that just are bad, and I just think they're low effort and suck. I'm not saying all metal is good, but
That's
No, because it's definitely not.
yeah, but it's not like I don't hear the word generic as often, and that's something I like because like, what does that mean?
not
Right.
when I describe this album to people, the upcoming album, I just say metal. It's metal now. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's the easiest thing to
We're
say.
done with all that subgenres.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because
It's-
what is it? I don't know. We call ourselves a hardcore band, but like,
We have roots there, but we're branching out.
yeah,
Yeah, I
there's
feel like what you mentioned earlier. There's too many fucking subgenres nowadays.
yeah.
It just confuses people. Like people trying to get into music, and they're like,
It
"What
does.
kind of music?" It's like, "Oh, we're a post-floral hardcore band." It's like nobody cares. Like
Yeah.
it's metal, man.
No,
People
we
just
talked
say
about
metal.
that when kids discover metal because they are like, into like Suicide Boys or because Knock Loose opened up for Coachella,
Yeah.
whatever it is. They're always like, oh, there's like this like Metallica band over here, but it's like heavier. And to them, it's just metal. And
Yeah.
nobody needs to tap them on the shoulder and be like, actually,
Yeah, that's elitism. We don't
Yeah.
like elitism.
it doesn't help. You know,
No, let them get into it whatever way that finds them.
yeah.
That's like I asked my nephew, he's 14 and he loves to play guitar. I asked him the other day, I was like, what's the heaviest band you probably listen to? And he was like, you probably never heard of them. I was like, who? He was like, Metallica. I was like, are you kidding me? I've never heard of Metallica.
You
buddy.
never heard of Metallica.
I was like, I'm 33 years old. Of course I know who the hell they are.
I've seen Stranger Things. Of course.
Right.
See,
Like
again,
he told me that and I started dying laughing. And he was like,
That
you
is
heard of them? I
hilarious.
was like, yes.
That's
So if they got into Metallica from Stranger Things, fine. Like that's
Yeah,
cool.
that is
Let-
pretty cool.
Yeah, I know little things like that. And goes Europe playing the Olympics, like that was crazy.
that was awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, this is much deserved for the metal scene. I think that just helped it push.
Yeah,
Now
that
it's
really
like-
worked. That really,
Yeah,
it didn't feel cringe at all.
no, it was awesome.
No, not at all.
Yeah, because sometimes like a metal band gets to a bigger stage, especially like a heavily core influenced band.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know if we're ready for this as a subgenre. Like, I don't know if this might be too much. Like, I don't know if of Mice and Men needs to play the Olympics. And I but when Gojira did it, I was like, oh yeah, they're like this for the moment. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let me ask y'all this. What's y'all's opinion on Sleep Token?
Yeah. Again, I'm gonna go with I liked The Night Does Not Belong to God. What's that record called? Sundowning? Is that
Yeah.
Sundowning, I think?
I think that you're right.
But I still even then was never crazy into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of newer, that kind of metalcore adjacent melodic. And they're huge. It just kind of confuses me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't hate them or anything. Like I said, anything that I try not to just like talk down on people's, musical thing. I'm not super into Spirit Box. Like there's like a lot of the new bands. I'm just like, I can't get into
Yeah.
it. But also,
That's like the new Linkin Park. I cannot get into them having that female singer. It just drives me nuts. I'm like,
I
it's
just
not
follow them.
Chester. It's
She's
not
good.
the same vibe.
it's a different band. She's very good though, for sure.
Yeah, I'll give her that. She's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's not Chester's.
Yeah, I know.
Sleep Token
Yeah.
to me was very like, I'm trying to get out of my hating ways. I am a number one
trying.
hater. I'm like, yeah, exactly. But like,
I feel you.
I was one of those dudes who like they came on the scene and I just refused to listen. I was like, yeah, no, I don't
You're
like.
kinda
I don't-
right.
I
Dang,
know I'm not
everybody
gonna-
jumped on that bandwagon with them.
But then like
no.
we'd be at a bar or something, and they would come on like before our shows, and there'd be
Yeah.
some crazy breakdown. I'm like, yo, what's this? And they're like,
I
Sleep
mean,
Token. I'm
they're
like,
obviously talented. Like you
yeah,
said,
man,
I-
it's like
sitting
they
here on
got
my
good
couch
shit.
talking about what do they do? What do they even? But it was like they were originally in that subgenre of bands. Like 2019, Sleep Token will tour with like Contortionist or Intervals and stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they were
Yeah,
like,
it was weird.
yeah, they were like a mid card on these core bills, or again, like with bands like Contortionist that aren't really metalcore, but again, it's like that umbrella thing.
Yeah,
And then they were kind of weird. They were like this like proggy. And then I'm like looking at the Contortionist and I'm like, well, why not them? Why
Right.
all of a sudden this band that felt like just another band, like they had peers, and then all of a sudden they were in the stratosphere. And again, more power to him. I don't really want to like throw stones down here, but I you know what I mean? It always kind of confused me how they didn't like they got to RCA. They're
Yeah,
on
it was like they
teams,
came
like,
out of nowhere and then boom, gone.
Yeah. That's
so
when
once
people
they
start
got that
talking
big,
about industry plants or whatever.
yeah, see, I don't think
I
they're
mean,
that.
yeah, I agree there.
I just, yeah, like Mason said, on some hipster vibes. I was once they got it, I was just like, I don't know. And like friends of mine that I didn't even listen to, like, I'm not gonna start naming people, but people who I was, you still listen to this, John? Oh man, just Sleep Token. They're the only band, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like I have friends like that too. Like they only listen to Sleep Token. I was like, y'all do realize there's other bands out there that are so much better.
Yeah.
It's
No disrespect to Sleep Token, but in my opinion, there's a lot of better bands.
No, and they are doing good things for the like a lot.
That new album's not bad though.
Yeah, and people are discovering. Everyone needs a gateway.
exactly.
I don't know why I pulled a ladder up behind me. I didn't start listening to like the heaviest stuff I've ever heard right away. That's not how it happened.
Yeah.
But everybody needs a way in. So however many monthlies they've got right now, you want to play the game? Anybody got a guess? I'm gonna go 9 million.
Sleep Token?
On how many followers they have right now?
Monthly listeners on
monthly
Spotify.
we like
Monthly
this game.
listeners, I'm gonna say probably 14K.
I'm gonna say 14 million.
Oh yeah,
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yeah, yeah.
I don't
14
I don't know why I said 14K. But
That's how much we have.
Yeah. I feel like Bring Me is at like 14 or 15.
You think they might be as big as Bring? I'm gonna say
like you said earlier, you're only a 2-year band. You know, it's gonna take a minute.
Yeah, and that album came. Okay, so they're at 6 million, 5.9.
Oh, wow.
But that's a lot, and that record didn't come out this month, which always
True.
But like,
see, we play this game a lot. We just try to keep tabs on the industry, who's blowing up, who's big, what their monthlies are looking like. It's nice.
That's fun though. I feel like that's fun.
Guess Kubla Khan real quick. I didn't look at it yet, but see, because they have the TikTok influence, I feel like they might be at like 2 million, which is
I was gonna say it's maybe 1.8.
1.1.
Oh,
so
what is Silverstein at? Do you know?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
When's the last time they dropped? Yeah. Jinx.
You know,
I mean, they just dropped that new album in like 2 weeks ago.
I'd probably go.
Like, I don't know how much.
Like in their prime, like 1.4 maybe.
Yeah, I would say 2.
Okay, let's see. 1.7. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Split the dish.
No, but like Sleep Token being 4 times as big. One more. I'm not gonna do this the whole time. I want Bring Me
the Horizon. They're gonna be like 14.
It's interesting. The whole genre feels like the ceiling is raised because there was a point in time where a band without screaming, like all the big deathcore bands, Die Art, Slaughter to Prevail, I guess is one of them now. Suicide Silence. We're always at like 600, 700,000. Yeah. And it felt like that was just the cap when you're in a more extreme subgenre. And then like Kubla Khan Knock Loose started pushing. It's not deathcore, but it started pushing 1 to 2 million. And I feel like the whole ceiling has been raised lately. Like people are streaming. Bring Me at 13.3. Crazy. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. See, what like you're saying, Slaughter to Prevail and like Lorna Shore, like they're doing crazy numbers for like I don't know what they'd be called nowadays if that's deathcore or what.
Lorna Shore coming to ATL in like a week. I thought about going and then I listened to some of their stuff and I was like, can I really get behind this band like that?
That's another one. I'll make a hater point about them. I really like their textures and like their more blackened elements, like the faster, blastier stuff. The vocal porn bothers me a lot.
The virality, like the moments where it's like, you have to hear this crazy noisy, man.
Yeah, and the breakdowns being not rhythmic based. They're just kind of that like.
Yeah.
I'm cool with the idea of like extreme slowdown. He's a crazy vocalist. Why just the trigger kicks? Why the most like syncopated stabby thing you can picture? If they would slam after one of those really
I'd be in,
I'd be beating ass. So that's
For sure.
you know, so that kind of bugs me too. But again, it's talented bands. It's a lot going on in the scene lately. We're just hating.
Yeah.
No,
Hard to get out of that.
who's somebody in y'all's local scene that you say is really blowing up right now?
Ooh.
Blowing up. I really like. I mean, Fox Lake is blowing up around here.
Yeah.
But I really like this. There's a band called Polish around here that are also, I don't know how old they are. I feel like they're like 21, 22, maybe. And it's like power violence stuff, like drum and bass sort of stuff. Two bassists
Yeah.
is what it
That's
is.
awesome.
I mean, y'all live in the bass capital of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But they're just like really good and bring a crowd, like frenzy crowds of younger kids. And it's just like, there's definitely something going on at that D3 place and Seven Circle, which is the other DIY spot around here, that is cooler than what was going on when we were like 6-7 years ago when we were playing there. There's just more people because those places are propped up by the people who go. If a lot of people see that as a space for them for a given 2-3 year stretch, there'll be 150 kids there every night just because. And yeah, there's a couple bands around here that are really good. And Polish is one. This is Spoil the Moment band that just put their first thing out. They go crazy live. Like there's just a lot of like younger bands. We're not that old. I mean, Mason just turned.
I'm 30 years
We're
old.
we're
I'm a
old and
fossil.
oldish, yeah. To the point where we can definitely look at some of the bands of kids that are like 19, 20, and you're just like, oh, you guys are all right. Like you guys,
Yeah, they're doing well for their
yeah.
So
So
their respective age and whatnot.
yeah. And just in general, low key, I'm like, there's more.
Have y'all played at Mission Ballroom before? I think that's what it's called.
No. Well, didn't you?
No. Remember you came with me when Dave was playing. We just went to hang back there. Yeah. That's one I want to play so bad.
It's cool in there. It's actually it's a fun place to see a show, and it's relatively affordable still because it's all general admission. It's kind of looks like if American Eagle was a venue, but it's nice.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I like church. I've never been, but a bunch of my homies play there, and they send me videos, and that venue just looks gorgeous.
Are you into like EDM stuff too?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I was like, you talking about clubs? No.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of homies in the Denver scene that they all do EDM music, rhythm, and shit like that.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
him.
Yeah,
let's see here. What other questions do we got? Can you walk us through your songwriting process?
Yeah. Sorry, Mace. I feel like I'm just like yapping over here.
No, you're good. I think you're the better wordsmith out of it.
No, I'm going in circles.
The songwriting process is anywhere from us at the local little practice spot in Denver, a couple beers deep, just slamming, and then something we say, wait, hold on a minute, put the voice memo out, bink, and start recording. And then that turns into a 3-minute song from like a 20-minute slam or 20-second slam or something like that. And then, or he'll send me a demo. I'll go over there and we'll just work something out and be like, well, there's something to this. Let's expand on it, or vice versa. Or
because we have background in self-production from like the more polished metalcore stuff we would do. We kind of had to do it that way and learn how to do it ourselves. So yeah, like we'll demo stuff pretty hard. And when we went to do the full length, we had everything pretty mapped out from those and a lot of the sound design done. So there's like this little influence of like, we're kind of behaving like some Warped Tour kids, some metalcore kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're like writing simpler stuff, but it's still nice to have that control over that process. But I definitely take a lot off Mason drums too. So we definitely still get together and try to just see what has energy in a room. Because some things are fun demos and they just aren't fun to play. And some things are uninspiring when you play them alone. Like you're like, that's just a riff. And you play it in the room and you're like, that's the riff.
Yeah, exactly. That could be the make or break for sure.
Yeah, so it varies.
Now, where did y'all actually film the two most recent videos?
Well, the ones in mostly Chicago. That's where we recorded the album.
Okay.
The Anthem video is
the Anthem one. We did that at Bricktop Studios and Bricktop Recording. I always call them Bricktop Studios because I couldn't come up with the lyric. Studios. That's not what it's called. They call it. But So yeah, we were there for 2 weeks. So after we would be done, we would record like 9 to 5, 8 to 5, something like that, and then just wander around Chicago and film. So that one's mostly there. And then this new one is just basketball. It's around Denver. And I
We
actually,
rented a little gym.
yeah, we did that one in house, the edit and everything. That was really fun to do. Again, I want my control. Oh, no, just kidding. But that was pretty much just us playing basketball around Denver, and we were like, that would be funny. We definitely try to keep it kind of silly on the visuals because it's serious music, but we're kind of silly dudes, and like, there's no need to
Be so
pretend.
serious all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no need to be serious every moment of the day.
No, like there's a time and place, and like if it's down to brass tacks and we're in a pit, I'll move a little. You know, I'm not saying I don't got a little bit of like, but I'm the world's scariest dude, and I don't need to pretend that like every song is about how like I'm gonna kill somebody. Like, we're pretty silly dudes, you know. So we try to have that come out in the videos, you know, or even like our Spotify picture right now is us eating pancakes. You know, it's fine. It's what we do.
Yeah, we be.
That's awesome. Let's see.
What we got?
What's your? I might have.
What else we got?
I already asked that one. How do you balance the creative and technical aspects of recording?
See, this is what we've been wondering. When I said earlier, there's some heady stuff. Like we're wondering if we went a little too far. I'm wondering this mostly. If we went like too far into like what if we were Gojira direction? But that's a good question. I feel like we're still figuring that out, like where the line is between we don't want to overcomplicate it and wow, this has become more of a real thing than we thought it would at first. And I want to write something a little more technical, especially when like that first demo, like I said, we did the show, we booked the studio time. I demoed stuff. But like we kind of went in there, Mason, with like some half-baked stuff. We like gave a lot of trust to Colton.
You're talking about the EP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like demo versus the record, where the record was really curated. Oh, we got to write 12 songs. This is gotta be done. This has got to be ready. We still did some stuff there. The intro track on the album we wrote on Halloween night in Chicago.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then we threw a temper tantrum to put the drum mics back up because we were supposed to be wrapped on drums.
We were like, no, we got one more.
We got one more. And they were like, this better be good. And we were like, oh.
We'll see.
But no, that's a good question. Sometimes you can get too into the process and start over perfecting something, and it's hard to tell sometimes until it's done. So
Yeah.
I just try not to get a stick too far up my butt with like I said, overcomplicating things and losing the ethos of the band, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like it balances itself out. We write one technical riff, and then immediately after, like, what comes next? Like, well, I think we need to slow it down. Yeah. I think mentally we know what goes from there.
Yeah, it's all about the energy, though, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
it's like we were saying earlier, there's a lot of different subgenres I think have balls. And there's genty stuff that has balls, and genty stuff I think sounds thin as a piece of paper. And then there's obviously hardcore stuff with energy. But there's like an underlying energy to every metal song I've ever liked that I feel like as long as that's not completely missing, I'm cool with putting it out.
Yeah.
So
That's a really good answer. That's a really good answer. Let's see. What's your favorite part about performing live, and what do you enjoy most about connecting with the audience?
The energy, man. Just put it bluntly. These D3 shows have been crazy.
I definitely feel it. Yeah.
Just a different vibe that any other band I've been in I'm used to. So like that, I feed off of their energy. So if they're going crazy, I'm going crazy, and then it's just a get back and forth. And I love that shit. And I'm like the sweatiest I've ever been by the end of it.
No, I feel it live for sure. Like that Hall of Pain song, talking about, again, just on the nose, like this is about this genre of music. This song is about metalcore or whatever. It's funny though, when we play that live though, like I'm definitely not faking it. Like I'm like, oh, this gets me going. Like,
Yeah.
like the faces I make and stuff. I see it when somebody sends us pictures, and the whole time I'm like, I'm like, bro, that's how I felt, man. And so it's definitely real, and it flows through me, and I love those moments, and I love when people, come. One other thing we didn't have a ton of in doing the more like clean vocal metalcore thing is like the whole come grab the mic energy of hardcore shows.
Yeah.
It's like kind of hard with this band because I feel like people are worried to take the mic stand away from me because I'm occupied. I can't take it back. But I just set up a second one so people could just because sometimes they hopped up at one of these last shows on the one song. A couple people sang something back at us, and we were just like, we
had no idea they knew these
so
stuff.
cool. we were all like, ooh, you guys can have that. I don't need
And that's the fun shit right there.
Yeah.
So that was great,
Like there was this band that used to be a pretty good band. They were called Ghost Town, and they had a really good drummer named Manny the drummer. He was awesome.
Manny
the drummer,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah. And then their lead singer was Kevin Ghost, and he was awesome. And like he came twice, and the first time he came was on the Brian Stars tour. We won't get into
Brian
that.
Stars, wow.
Yeah, we won't get into the whole Brian Stars.
We already did Tim Lambesis. We don't got that.
Yeah. But when they came to Atlanta, I knew all their songs, and all of a sudden he just like goes to hand me the microphone, and I'm singing, and this girl rips the microphone out of my hand, and Kevin just looks at her and he snatches it back and he hands it to me. He goes, "This kid knows the fucking words, you don't." And I was like, "No." I looked back at her. I was like, "Do you actually know the words?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I was like, I held the mic out where we could both sing it at the same time. But our pitches were so off, and it sounded terrible. But like everybody in the video was still going nuts. And I was like, all right.
See, that's
lawless. This is just lawless.
That's what you want at a show like this,
right? Like, and I loved it.
Into like one sentence, it's just like the stage is yours as much as mine or ours.
Right.
Like I love the idea of no separation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's the other thing I feel like you can get really carried away with the more you start to polish your stuff. Because it's not like the ThrillRot stuff isn't well produced and that we didn't spend some money on it. Like it sounds good. We worked hard on it. But I don't know. I feel like the higher you get, the more you feel like there's this big inherent gulf between you and the people in the crowd. Right. And that a little bit, that's just, some people are so famous, they need security, whatever. I know that. But it's still, it's like I love shows like that where it's just like, this is just a couple planks of wood and it's a foot high. This doesn't mean anything. If you would like to get up here, you have free will,
Yeah.
That's what it should be. Because it's really about the kids in the crowd more than anything. Like that's.
And I bet y'all like kind of not being like super famous at times, so you can actually enjoy, going out and eating a pizza with your family or your homies, and not being bombarded by all these people.
You can bombard us.
That's what I mean. If we ever do get recognized, I can remember the once or twice. It's not like swarm, but it's just like, hey, I like your band. I'm always like,
nice
of you to say. So yeah, it's a crazy life some people live, man. Like some people have been to the grocery store in 10 years, and that's got to be weird on your psyche.
Yeah, it's got to do something.
No, that would suck. Let's see.
No, sweet. Yeah.
Can you share a particular memorable or challenging live show experience?
Have you had any bad experiences yet in this band?
Other than like, oh damn, we should have practiced. Like the
very first, the second show, because the first one is like the one where we're kind of just.
Oh yeah, you're right. I guess it is the second show.
First show. No, it was the first like we
real ThrillRot show.
Yeah, and I don't know. We definitely. I didn't think we were very good at it.
I think we came in with some hubris. We were like, "Yeah, this shit's easy," and then we got a shit rocked after that show. We were like, "Hey."
Yeah, I don't know. We just felt like we were, and I like, stamina-wise with playing and singing, I felt like I was. When people were into it, also just wasn't that great of a show. Like, it wasn't that many people.
Turnout,
afternoon, and I remember I was nervous too. And when we were done, I was like, "Well, that didn't sound like can we pull off just two of us? Like, or is this really not going to work?" Like, And then the second show, third show, whatever, the second show as the official band with a demo out that people could cross-reference and say, I thought you sounded like this.
Yeah.
Was just awesome. Like we changed nothing. We practiced a lot more. We practiced probably one, it was like a month later. It wasn't like we hold away and dedicated
Yeah.
to the craft.
Right.
We just showed up and played better. And
energy was bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since then, I feel like we've been like, oh, we're good. And it gets better every time now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So what advice would you give to emerging bands trying to make it in the industry?
We're still looking for that advice.
Hey, that's the biggest answer I get from everybody I ask that question to, honestly. They're like, oh, we need advice ourselves.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Well, I mean, you definitely learn as much self-sufficient stuff as you can is always helpful. Like whether that's doing your own videography or if somebody in your band draws and can do anything that you can do to help. A lot of bands, somebody takes up mixing or tries to, because it's expensive to do this when you're not, making enough back to counter it out. Like you have to so trying to do as much as you can yourself, because there's always time to learn new stuff to help with the bands. Like obviously you got to dedicate your time to writing, but
right.
There's a lot. You can learn how to run ads. You could learn anything really if you felt like it. There's a lot of information out there anymore. So that advice is like a double-edged sword, because really young bands should just start playing, and they don't need to hear that from me because they're doing it. But yeah, if there's one thing that even half speaks to you is I wouldn't hate doing that. It actually might be kind of fun to figure out how to do photography, and then I'll take our own band pictures on a tripod. That's great. That just helps you be a little more
self-sufficient.
Have some motion. God forbid a band get a little motion. So, but not in a preachy way either, though. At the end of the day, playing shows, that's what we're here for. And if
hell yeah,
don't forget the basics.
You
want people at your shows. You want energy at your show.
Yeah.
Don't start thinking about merch and all that shit first before you have fans.
There's a lot of bands with a lot of monthlies and a lot of stuff that looks really put together, and then they can't sell tickets. They can't do garage rock bands can do, which is get people out on a Wednesday night. So yeah, at the end of the day, you follow your heart, I guess. Whatever you want to do.
Mason mentioned merch. I'm having a tough problem on which one I want to order from the pants, the camo pants. I don't know if I want the camo or the brown. I'm like,
we both got the camo shirt.
Or the purple, I mean.
We both got opposing camo colors.
Yeah, I have the purple. He has the other ones. I was going to say
Team Mason or Team Noah.
I'm probably going to go with the purple, to be honest.
Damn. I got the brown.
Honestly, they're pretty decent. Because we don't have anything in stock right now. We were talking in the DMs. I was going to, I'd send you something if we had all we have is that drop shipping right now. Just haven't had the capital to print stuff. We're doing vinyl, and that's where all the money went.
Yeah.
So we don't have any shirts or anything, but the company that makes those shorts, every time somebody orders it, we get $2, and they spend the other 23 on printing them and shipping it. But it's hey, if we don't got to worry,
vinyl's coming though.
Yeah, we did get vinyl. So we're doing the full length on vinyl. First time we've ever done that in any band we've been in. So that's going to be really cool. And
whenever you guys get one of those, if you don't mind sending one my way, and both of y'all sign it for me, and I'll put it up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. We could definitely do that. That would be sick. But yeah, in the meantime, their shorts are decent though. We ordered them to see if they would be garbage quality, and they're honestly bad.
Some weird shit.
It's a step above team.
Yeah, I was like, this could be garbage.
No, I love metal gym shorts. There's nothing better. That's the best merch.
We might keep those around even when we're printing our own stuff, and I feel like they're just funny. They look like shorts.
Now it's in my head. It's a staple of the band.
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep those even when we're doing it ourselves. Yeah.
So, what are your long-term goals for the band, and how do you see your music evolving in the future?
Well, I know musically we want to do something a little more like the demo next.
We're already scheming.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm excited to just get the record out because it's not like the album is this extreme departure and it stinks or something. I think it's really good. I just think it's a little less dummy, straightforward. So I'm nervous, but just creatively, I think next we're like we should do 4 songs again, and they should be pretty simple, and they should have funny samples in them. Like we'll like go ebbs and flows with that.
Yeah, because like at our core, we are some metal dudes. We like to play some. We like to hit some riffs and some
like
breakdowns and rhythms. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But
Yeah.
like, God, a good slam or something.
Yeah.
It's a take and give.
Yeah, I feel like
So-
we got away from it a little, maybe a little too much. Not too much. I'm not here to down talk the album before it comes out. It rocks. It's very good.
We'll let the people decide.
Yeah.
That's good. The vinyl's gonna have the deer on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
and there's only
sick.
it's cool. They're on it's like a black and yellow, like the actual vinyl itself.
Oh yeah, black and yellow press.
Yeah,
Not getting yellow, not getting yellow.
almost like amber. It's pretty grimy looking, and we're doing 100 of that color. If we ever sell 100 vinyls, God bless America. I don't know if we ever will, but if we do, we're gonna switch that color up to something more like matte gray, something simpler. So those first 100 will always be unique. And like I said, I don't know if we'll ever sell that.
Hey, hold on. I'll give you an idea. I'll give you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Let me grab an album real quick.
Yeah, grab a record. I'll pull this mock-up up if you want to see it.
I'm vaping, so I don't look like a degenerate in front. Oh shit!
So I just ordered Windwalker's newest album, and that's what.
that's
we
awesome.
Oh, that's pretty similar. If the white was like yellow,
That's more of like a splat. That's really cool though.
that is sick.
It's like a
I love the splatter, and they only made I think 400 copies of these. So I was like, you know what, I have to order one of these.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then I went with the hat. It's kind of blurry.
Oh, the hat too. Here,
I love a Brambley logo.
The hat was a
looks like-
little expensive. Oh,
That's-
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's different than I remember.
Yeah, it's more of like a swirl than a splatter thing.
That's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be cool. Yeah, we're excited. So, but yeah, as far as future stuff, I don't know. We're just feeling it out. Like, I know that if it were up to me, it would keep growing, and we would really give it everything we wouldn't give it everything we have either way. But like, as far as like touring it and stuff, like we would definitely like to. But yeah, I feel like we're still letting it unfold. Like it's been a year and a half since we were like we should do a demo, and there's people who resonated with it and listened to it, and like I know we're gonna play some out of town shows and we're gonna do more music. I know at least that, but I feel like we're just letting it kind of be what it is. And if opportunities come, I don't want to sleep on them, but we're not like forcing it. We're not saying, oh, we should quit our jobs right now and do a 2-week tour tomorrow, which is what we totally would have done. Maybe we should have done. Maybe we should do it. I don't know. It's kind of cool how we just get to focus on it as the entity that it is, and like always write for it and put out content. And yeah, if it keeps growing, not gonna ignore that. But in the meantime, it's just like a swaddle baby and keep putting riffs to it, and it keeps growing every day. Yeah.
All right, here's the last few questions.
All right.
I'll let y'all off of here because I know y'all probably ready to go do something else.
No, we're doing it.
We're chill.
All right, if you could collaborate with any artist or band, who would it be and why?
We've talked about this actually because I definitely I feel like features. We've done a couple cool ones over the years with other bands, and it's always dope. But typically, if that's not somebody that you know personally or like met on the road or who,
then it's kind of harder.
Yeah, and they put something down. Sometimes it really works out. One time we wrote around the vocals, the song, and that Paranoia Agent, and that worked out way better than just letting it. But anyways, so I feel like a feature, it's cool to get like What's up? Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say when we were doing the EP, we kept throwing around Scott Vogel. We were like, that would be so sick.
Yeah, like
But
somebody.
that was just like a pipe dream, like random.
Well, I
dude
met
we were-
him once at a show, and I
Oh,
asked
did
him if he ever did features, and he gave me an email address. But like, it's from Terror Scott Vogel. It is that they're so OG. They don't need to be on some goofy. It's like one thing if I was from Buffalo and in a hardcore band around there, and he was
Yeah,
giving back. to his
exactly.
scene.
Yeah.
It's another thing if you. But I would like to get something that is like Easter eggy or pays respects to, just older generations of bands more so than just like, yeah, we've got the guy from we got Matt Honeycutt on the track, or we got what
Right.
that's just like that's almost just like paying for a name, or so it doesn't feel as cool. So I'm trying to think.
Sleep
Who
Token,
else?
probably. No, but yeah, I get that. You want you want it to feel authentic, not just like
There's something.
they can look at it and be like, yeah, they just gave this dude a grand or whatever to put down
Yeah,
the
it's
verse.
just somebody in your genre that makes perfect sense.
I feel like your vocals and then Mason's drums with some of my friends like melodic EDM style would be sick. Without it stuff, I feel like that would. I mean, it might not be where y'all trying to go, but shit, who knows? Maybe if you just do it for one time and put that song out there.
Yeah, somebody asked us for like the Maltese for Steppin' It to do like a remix once. I never heard anything.
Oh, really?
I sent them some files. I was like, here's the vocals and stuff if you want to chop them up.
I
don't know if they ever did anything with it or if I just
Yeah,
missed
kind of like I Prevail did when they came out with Black Horse, and then they just went from like 400 views on one night, and then the next thing they woke up and it was 4 million.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We should follow up on that.
Yeah. Oh, that could be cool. I mean, it's a thing that's happening for sure.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get Mason, hit up Millennium, tell him. No.
See, and that's kind of in the same genre with Alec. She's kind of like Millennium a lot.
That like melodic
Yes, that
dubstep
melodic
type
shit. And I love the melodic stuff.
Yeah. I'm like entranced in that world. I'm not really an EDM guy myself, but I'm like in there.
Yeah, Mason played with Millennium a couple times, and
Millennium, Said the Sky is one of my boys from high school, and then Dabin was the most recent tour I did.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so all those dudes are awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all really talented.
Yeah. But yeah,
and
cool.
Millennium's from Denver, isn't he?
I think he's originally from the Bay, but yeah, he's lived in Denver for
he
blew up in Denver. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
massive now. I just saw he's playing the Sphere. I'm like, oh my god,
Dude, that thing is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy looking. My mom actually went to it a couple months ago. She said it was out of this world.
Who'd she see? U2?
Who did she? I want to say she saw the Eagles.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Dude,
at the Sphere.
Extreme flex. If you look up the top 10 best-selling records of all time, Hotel California.
I know it.
And then Eagles' Greatest Hits, which comes out the same year or the year later.
Yeah.
5 and 6, which is just insane. And the one that's on there that you'll never guess is Meatloaf is number 9.
Oh, I knew that because I've looked this up before. Yeah, I was like, who's listening to Meatloaf? Maybe they know something I don't know.
I don't know either, but it is crazy that like the Eagles, like having the greatest hits and the record that you put out that year both in the top 10 ever is just like you basically just repackaged that record and did it again. It's crazy.
Right.
Such a flex.
It is crazy.
So here are the last 3 questions for you guys. And
okay.
We'll start with this one. What's next for the band, and what can fans expect from you in the coming months, besides with the new album?
I mean, that's the big one for sure.
Yeah.
It's long.
And you said that drops in October?
October 17th. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought you said 17th or 18th.
Yeah. So we're just prepping for that at the moment. I think we got one show this weekend, and then I don't know if we got any more shows in the.
Yeah, we had one in October, but it might fall through. Now it's looking like we're trying to maybe reschedule something for that. But it's mostly the record, man. We're doing some video stuff, like behind the scenes stuff, trying to get as much content or whatever as we can
Right.
for it, because I mean it's 12 songs, it's 40 plus minutes, and what we don't want to do is put it out and it feels like people heard the singles but never really, because it's a lot for attention span anymore for a band
Yeah.
that's not some massive band to be dropping 12 tracks. But again, creatively, we had the opportunity to do as many as we wanted, and that's about as many as we could pull off in that 5 months we had to write it. So it's mostly that, and through the end of the year, just gonna be trying to be annoying on social media and make everybody hear like snippets of every track, because if you don't think it's overall a departure, like if you think it's, again, there's part of me that's like, maybe some people think it went out of left field or something. But if you like it, you're gonna like all of it. Like I do feel like that. Like if you like track 2, and you're like, this is they're really killing it. It doesn't stop. If you think it's kind of weird, you just might not like it. Except
So it just gets heavier and heavier.
Yeah.
A little more goofy.
Yeah. So it's definitely like, I don't know. We'll just see how people react. We don't know how people are gonna react.
Yeah. We're excited to see. Yeah.
When y'all start posting the little snippets, I definitely will share them and post them on my story and be like, "Yo, go check them out, Denver folks."
Yeah. We might have a little listening party, and we were thinking that'd be an opportunity to sneak in like 6 clips of different songs.
Yeah. Now we're thinking of content.
Yeah.
Maybe do it like a little Q&A as well. You know?
Yeah. That'd be cool.
We can do a little
live. You can go live on Bandcamp for listening parties now and stuff. Which maybe we'll do that. I don't
know. That's cool.
Yeah.
As far as this goes, how can fans stay up to date with your music and upcoming shows?
Probably Insta. Insta's our best.
Yeah,
probably.
Insta. I was gonna say probably Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, we're on everything, but Insta's always staying updated, I feel
like that's our best one. Yeah, we post on TikTok and like YouTube Shorts, but that's just because we feel like we should.
Yeah, Insta's where it's at.
Yeah, we're of the age where Instagram was important at one point in time. I'm also trying to think about if I made that Bandcamp thing up. Maybe
Instagram is actually how I originally found you.
Yeah,
Instagram. Like it just came into an algorithm of musical bands, and I was like, you know what? These guys are fucking sick. And I was like, let me just send them a message. And I looked at your fan base and trying to see like how many followers you have, because I try to go for lower followers because I know those type of bands are mainly the ones that are gonna fuck with your shit. You know, if it's somebody that's way up here, they're not checking their DMs. They don't give a shit about what your podcast is about or nothing.
No, I mean we're glad to hop on, even if we were bigger. It's like it's an hour out of your day.
Right. Yeah, it's just fun just to talk. Yeah, I love that.
Exactly. It gets you out of your normal routine of the day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, fellas, I appreciate y'all coming on the Chords and Chaos podcast, and it's been a great time talking with both of y'all. And I look forward to seeing how your career takes off.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And we will definitely stay in contact. And whenever those come out, just let me know, brother, and I'll shoot you my address.
All right. That sounds good, man.
Perfect.
All right, fellas. Y'all have a blessed night.
You too. Take it easy.
Man.
Rock on. Thank you, everybody that tuned in tonight to Chords and Chaos. Stay tuned for more. I believe the next band coming on will be Skywalker. Don't quote me on that. It'll probably be sometime next week. I have to check my work schedule and figure that out. But as soon as that's done, we will have everything good and ready to go. But thank you all for tuning in tonight, and have a blessed one. Till next time, fellas. Peace.